It's Mr. Smith's fault. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Okay, thank you. Keep sweet. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to this meeting of the Marion School Board. If anyone from the public would like to speak tonight, please complete one of the green comment cards available at the table at the back of the room and give it to the board clerk, Ms. Rose here. There's also a list of reminders regarding the rules for public participation on the back table. Please review those prior to commenting. Ms. Rose, do we have any?
Not at this time.
Thank you. We'll begin with the consent agenda. 25-143, minutes of the executive session held on July 8th, 2025. 25-144, minutes of the regular meeting held on July 8th, 2025. 25-145, personnel report. 25-146, expenditure approval list. 25-147, financial reports. 25-148, field trip. And no members of the public here to speak. Superintendent Lockwood, do you have a recommendation?
President Salamo, I recommend that the board approve with one motion and one vote the consent agenda items 25-143 through 25-148 as presented.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Any board comments on these? We can have the roll. Thank you.
Mrs. Pinto?
Aye.
Mr. Delgado?
Aye.
Mrs. Galt?
Aye.
Dr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. Griffin?
Aye.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Salamo?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Discussion item 25-149, STEM presentation. At this time, I would like to invite our K through 8 curriculum director, Ms. Aguilar, to introduce the team involved in the STEM program.
As if the shiny jackets don't do it for themselves. All right, absolute honor for me, honestly. We have a partnership with WAZED, and these educators behind me here have worked all summer to put some curriculum together, and I think honestly they have some hands-on things that they want to show you. The biggest thing with STEM that is the takeaway for me is that it's the reading, the math, it's another pathway for our kids to have hands-on application learning with everything that they're doing reading and math-wise. So they have sat around the table for hours on end putting curriculum together. I'm so excited about their year this year and the alignment and the way that it leads into even programs at the high school, 7th and 8th grade, but just really excited to show them off. So Courtney Etherington, Stephanie Purdy, and Paul Getz are here. They are STEM interventionists at the elementary level, but they've got some really cool things to show you, including the 3D printed giant there right in front of you. So
I love this so much.
hats off to them.
Dana, did you see yours?
Giant in front of you.
I was looking at Sarah. Oh, so cute.
And have different colors.
And like anything with technology, of course, we're having a fun. It's worked all day until now. Decided not
The
to.
TVs are on.
Yeah.
And they are, and I should be connected, but it didn't switch.
See, these ones are gremlins.
So.
Okay. There we go. All right, we're good. Sorry.
All the thing, yeah.
There we go.
All right. So like anything, it usually starts off with just a small seed, one or two people that are interested in it enough to where they want to get other people involved in it. And that's how the STEM worked. It actually just started off with just robotics clubs, and it kind of grew from there. The problem with the clubs was there was only a small amount of kids that could get to it, either because of transportation or you could only have so many people for competitions. So that's when we started as a district looking at getting more of it into the classroom, and that's where we got into those STEM interventionists, EAs, and they came in and just kind of introduced STEM to everybody, and now STEMs is a special, and instead of being just a club for a few kids, now it's going to be for all of our kids, pre-K through high school.
That's awesome. Awesome.
All right, so that's kind of where we started. Rian Aguilar did a great job of saying we've spent a lot of time, because what we want for these kids is for them to have a regular time where they get kind of immersed into STEM, but we wanted it to be useful time, intentional time, where we are helping them grow towards their future. So what we've done is created a curriculum map using WASED curriculum kits, but then integrating as much literacy and math standards as we could, along with our STEM integrated standards from Indiana, and creating a map that we can follow that will help them in every aspect of their life, but then will also support and boost the things that they're doing within the gen ed classroom with literacy and math, and kind of support those teachers as well. But really just to create collaborative workspaces where these kids can work together. We've enhanced most of the lessons with employability skills, so it's stuff that they can take forward through Justice and then McCullough and then ultimately the high school. And then really just kind of fostering communication and collaboration, getting these kids to work together with some hands-on learning experiences that just real-world problem solving. Hand them a problem, can you solve it? Can you do it with other people? And then along the way, I think what we've found in just the little things that we've done getting us to this point, we have found that kids that struggle with a traditional reading lesson, when we enhance it with a little bit of hands-on and some STEM, we find out that it isn't the reading that's the issue, it's the tunnel they're reading through. So just kind of trying to move things in that direction, but they will see us once a week for these lessons, so they'll be getting them more regularly, I think, as well. So, and then our ultimate goal.
Yeah, so what we really want is that the students in Marion Community Schools get to have this future that could possibly be in STEM. Like, we want to set this up so where we are setting up a pathway for them to have a career one day. In the elementary level, we're really starting to get that good foundation of what STEM is, what the different processes are for STEM, and how we can use that moving forward all the way through Justice and McCullough and the high school and on into their own lives and their own jobs should they choose. The other part of this is that we want to be a STEM certified district, and these are the steps to get there by having them be doing STEM pre-K through 12th grade. And we are also wanting them to use those employability skills with critical thinking, problem solving, to being able to have all of that knowledge moving forward, so that helps them be ready for those real world things that come up that all of us deal with every single day. The other thing that's really great about STEM and in our ultimate goals is this literally reaches every kid. I don't care your background, I don't care what you've done, this is literally for every kid. It is possible for every kid to create these amazing things with STEM. And when we sat down and talked about this, we had some really huge goals, and those really huge goals are starting to take positions now because we've been able to set up these steps to get there, which has been incredible. The first thing we'd actually like to show you now is we have some animations that were created by some of our kids in our STEM camp that just happened. They had a week, and they created these animations after some practice. So we had this video for you that shows some animations that some of our kids created.
My name is Andrew. My band is called Disappear
That's awesome.
So those were our animations for some of our kiddos. We plan to show you some more as we get them. The ultimate idea with animation is that they will create their own stories, like full-on stories of animation, using different knowledge of all of those reading things of character and setting and plot and main idea and details. So these were just a very simple versions, but you will see some incredible things as we move on in the year. We now have some other things that we'd like to show you. I don't know, you have seen the giants in front of you that are the 3D printed giants. Those are all for you to keep. The machine going over the side over here is a 4-color 3D printer. It can print up to 4 colors at a time. It's pretty incredible. And we're gonna have something else for you. As soon as that printer finishes, we'll have another little object to give you guys for the day. And then I'll let these guys talk about the next things.
This is one of the drones that we use at the elementary level, and the students learn the aeronautics and how to fly and everything like that using this drone. And as they progress to the grades, they actually get to racing drones. They get all the hardware, and then have they build their own drone with soldering and everything else once you get to those higher grades. Connecting. They will learn how to steer it.
It happens.
And that's one of the things that we deal with, and it helps the students understand our problem because these drones are the lowest cost, so they're going to break and they're going to malfunction. So even at those young K through 2, when they're flying with drones, it helps us understand what's happening, and we also teach them when you get frustrated because something's not working, this is a better way to do it than
Yeah.
those kind of skills.
Problem solving and critical thinking.
And I'm just gonna walk around with this one. This is a merge cube, and this is kind of their first, well, not the first, their second step into augmented reality. And with the app that goes with it, there are several things that they can go through. I'm gonna show you the Earth and its core. And with that, they can like move and check out all the tectonic plates, how they move, how they function, and take a kind of a deep dive all the way to the core. It really works better with partners for the kids, but I will do my best here. And so then you can kind of, and the further away they get, the bigger it gets. And then they can, thank you, Paul. And then if you want to twist it there, you can maybe the other way. You're on the thrust. There we go. So there's, I mean, it does everything. Human body, plant life. You can see just about anything.
I go to the Trine University where they have an actual 3D animatronic of the human anatomy.
What is that called again? Merge cube?
Merge cube.
I have not heard of
They
it.
have big ones that are like 2 foot
It is
cubes.
cool. And I assume that you can put different things then into that, and you're just turning that cube and you can look at a whole
Yes.
array of things.
Yes. You can do
Where to do surgery.
a lot with it. They also have for, yes. They also have for augmented reality, they have an app called Quiver where they can actually take a printed piece of paper, color on it, use the Quiver app to then bring whatever they colored into their reality. Wow. So it'll, whatever
Where
it
are
is,
we?
will work.
I would like, hey, real quick before we move on, I would love us to get a like video clip of like this being shown. And to show and post online that this is the type of stuff we're doing in Marion Community Schools. This is one of those fascinating things I've seen in a long time.
For sure.
I mean, and
100%.
if you could do it in like maybe 30 to 45 seconds, but show it flip to another thing and say, here's the human brain, or here's the inside of your stomach, or whatever, that would be cool to be able to post and say, this is what we're doing. And say, not only is this what we're doing, but this is what we're doing with our kindergarten through second grade.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we do that in the next 6 months?
We can do it in the next.
Okay, I know you're busy. I don't need to do it. I'm trying to
We can do it in the next 20 minutes if you'd like.
But to pick out a couple of your top kids and have them kind of demonstrate and
100%.
Then the more it will.
Yes.
that would be super cool to post.
Something else we would like to do is come back and show you some of the work of the kids as we have.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Talk about that. We'd like to, later on in the year.
We would love to have them come
That would
present
be
to them
awesome.
too.
Like have the kids come. Yeah, we would love to have the kids come. And I don't know how we break that all up, but we'll figure all that out. But like get the kids from different buildings so you can see all the different things that our kids are 100% doing. Yeah.
This is how you get kids excited excited about a profession and then they're excited about science or even
And then
math.
all the bits and pieces of how they fit together. Like, why am I learning about this? Because this.
Because they don't learn anymore by rote. And we keep showing them
So then, the last thing that we brought with us today, and we do have more than this, were just the things that were simple to bring back. But this is a Sphero robot, technically, is what it is, and these are virtually indestructible. I know because I have literally tried to break this, because I wanted to see what a 3 and 4-year-old would do with this. So I've tried to break it. It's not a thing that can really be broken. So what they are is they can be, so there's multiple things we can do with them. The simple version is you can drive them around and have them roll and do all
I want to play with it.
just incredible things. Anyone wants to try, I'm welcome to hand you my iPad. You're welcome to try driving it. It's not a hard thing to do. It's just a joystick at this point, and like I said, you can run them into things. I've run them down slides. I've taken them through paint. They're waterproof. They can go through paint. You can paint with them. You can. We have a chariot that we hook up to it, and they have to create through a maze. We've done that kind of thing, and they have a coding part of this too, where they can code in the Sphero to move. They also have a version where you can. The idea is that you're building a chariot, but that chariot has to be able to hold a certain amount of weight, and that's part of it. So it's a lot of that problem solving and those type of things that you have to do. But the kids love them. They think that the Spheros are so much fun. We also have a mini Sphero as a part of it too, that are about the size of a ping pong ball, and they are a part of our engineering unit that they will do some design process and things with for our engineering as well.
I love that. That's awesome.
How long do you think it would take for us to be a certified STEM school system?
That's more of a question for Ms. Lockwood, I will say, because I don't actually know all of those steps, but I know that we are working towards that way.
Yeah. I will tell you part of that is how you integrate the application piece of English or reading and math in with that and the sciences. It's all about integration with your core classes and what that looks like. So it's everything coming full circle as far as what you are looking at in your teaching and instruction and learning, especially at the individual building levels. I would say anywhere from a year to 18 months to 2 years. These guys have worked extremely hard. One of the goals when they created the STEM curriculum for us was how it tied back even to English or reading and math standards. And the science standards, they talked about the employability skills. The other piece that is really large are the computer science standards, which I don't know if you guys talked about those, but then the digital literacy as well. So it's bringing all those things full circle and showing how we're meeting those standards, but meeting those in a collaborative, in a hands-on, a more project-based learning way than just out of a textbook and separate silos. So Miss Aguilar and I actually met with a local potential, I think, going to be partner. We have another meeting set up with them in 3 weeks. They check off, I think 72 of the 78 boxes that we need to check off that we're looking at integrating another project that will probably start off 5 through 8, but will end up going down into the elementary level and could possibly go up to some opportunities in the high school, but it's with a local company here in the county that will really provide some other opportunities. So for right now, I think we're really close. It's actually something that we've been working on for a couple of years to get some other things in order as far as our core instruction. I think we've got some great teachers that have put a lot of time and a lot of effort into creating these opportunities, and we're starting to build some important partnerships in our community that will help us. So we've got some good things coming down the line. I think you'll have another presentation in September where we're going to have 5th and 6th graders here that went to IUK for the summer program and experienced some STEM integration things there, and then went to Near Space and spent a day and did a balloon launch. So they're going to bring some other things to you guys that we've been able to do. So our goal is in a year, I would say year and a half. So
Really close.
Very cool.
Love it.
Questions for these guys?
Where do you get that you call it emerge?
So it all comes from WAZED. So Marion Community Schools is in partnership with WAZED, which is Steve Wozniak, which was part of Apple when it started. Actually, the only district in the state of Indiana that uses WAZED. It's incredible. The things that come in these kits. And like
You
I
said
said,
we're the only district in
In the state.
it's the state of Indiana that does that, and we've invested in it. However, the outcomes for kids, and Courtney hit on this just briefly, but I'm gonna go back to it. Inclusivity is huge for all of our kids to be able to see genius in themselves in all of these avenues. So when she says all kids, she means all ability levels, all kids having access to general education curriculum, but then enhancing through STEM. And what that actually looks like is a first grader who is learning about character traits in class, how they interact in a story with other characters in the story. They'll be able to go into STEM class then, create that character in animation, and bring it to life so that it makes sense to them. I mean, that's next level stuff for kids.
Chuck, to give another thing, you might be able to buy it on Amazon. I don't know. You might be able to buy one on Amazon.
Amazon does everything.
Ours comes in. Yeah, and I think usually this stuff, like right now, I have to laugh. One of my favorite stories is the first year we did a STEM summer camp, and Hobby Lobby got a hold of one of the teachers and said, let us know the next time, because every type of drone that they had on sale out there from like $20 to $50, they sold out the week we had camp, because drones was one of the focuses that we did, and all the kids sent their parents out there to buy the drones. So.
The merge cube is $29 on Amazon. But then you get the programs then, I'm sure.
You had Radio Shack, and you could go and.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if Walmart sells them or not. They could. But.
So seriously, I have to say it again, these three have put in a ton of work on this over the summer, and really just taken ideas and been like, okay, yeah, we can make that happen for kids.
Yeah.
So super excited for what they're gonna do.
That's awesome.
I do want to say too, we will have to make sure you guys know when their STEM nights are. If you could make it to the elementary STEM nights and watch these kids show their parents and their grandparents how to run some of this equipment. I mean, just the amazement in watching these like little hands control these things and make things move in,
You have to watch your
particular
head
ways.
for the
But to watch the parents and grandparents in awe of how's that being done. And I mean, I can just remember, especially when I went to Francis Slocum, just sitting there watching the kids, and they love it. So it is an engaging thing, I think, that gives kids an opportunity to understand that learning and what learning can get them. So,
The
yeah.
exciting part is that kids are learning in different ways that we've never dreamt possible.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I go home, I mean, I've got boys now that are even past that age, so they're already a generation that's beyond what you guys are starting with the younger kids. So the sooner that we can grab a hold of this, the excitement it's going to bring into the lives of some of the kids who may or may not have been left behind with our traditional way of teaching is the way of the future. And the sooner we as American Community Schools can grab a hold of that and run with it, we're going to be ahead of the game, because it's going to come a time where we're not open books anymore. We're already kind of there. Yep. But even just a tablet where you're reading is an advancement, but it's nowhere near what you're kind of already showing. So we've got to continue, and I give you guys huge applause for kind of being the front runners for us. And I'm hoping that from what I'm hearing, you're already now starting to move that from club stuff to in the classroom. And the more we can snowball that and continue that through, I know there becomes difficulties. We don't want to neglect our English and some of those types of things, but there are ways to make that integrated, and work through it. And we're not going to keep away from the stuff that we're doing really well, but these become accents points. And for me, more often than not, these are going to be ways that we can bring some people up from the bottom that are getting lost in the shuffle. They can't learn as well in the traditional manners, whether it's their home life doesn't allow them to have the same opportunities, they don't read as well. But then unfortunately, when kids don't read as well, they don't learn as well because they're not as engaged. But if we can find these ways to engage those kids, that's one of the most exciting things. So I'll stop talking, it's super exciting.
So who will certify once that time comes? Does someone come?
So we have to turn in an application to the state.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, there are schools that turn that in, get it back, get feedback, turn it back in, and you just
a process.
grow. It's a process, yeah. But I think with the partnerships, and like I said, we met with some people today. I think with the partnerships plus all of this, I mean, you talk about leading innovative things, that's what this is.
What I love is they were developing the STEM programming and the curriculum for this, the applications right there beside them, so they kind of know what they're looking for as far as with the curriculum and the things that we're doing. So we're kind of building that as we're going with intentionality and purpose, and really having a clear understanding, I think, of where we want to go and see this go for our students. And these guys smile all the time. They're the most exciting group to be around.
I wouldn't know with the best.
So, and I'm excited for our kids, and I'm excited for our teachers to watch this grow. So I think it's going to be great.
I love it. Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. Well, that is a really hard act to follow. I know. Yes, Jason. Well, what do you have?
Put a jacket on.
I know. I think we need. So we have our discussion item 25-150, the sale of the iPads. Do you want to?
Sure. So apologies in advance. I will tell you, these guys really have put in a ton of time.
Yeah.
They're honorary tech team members right now, so you guys spent a significant portion of your summer break in the tech department. So it's been cool to just hear them. Hey, we could do this with a merge keeper. We could, program this way. So hats off to you guys. Thank you so much for that.
Love it.
So the iPad sale, as many of you may know or may already be aware, we did a mid-year refresh already for our lower grade levels. That went very, very well. We actually did a summer refresh. We're in the middle of that right now. So we're refreshing all of the upper grade levels in high school. Those devices are in the middle of going through the buyback process. So we did some competitive bidding, informal competitive bids from 3 different vendors, and we're able to settle on a vendor with the best. It really is about dollars and cents, the best of return. And so we're getting ready to send those back. So really Q&A from you guys, whatever questions you might have, I'm glad to answer those.
I actually do have a question. My senior, who doesn't read his emails, had signed up to buy one as a senior, physically buy one. Did those go out? Did the notifications go out?
We had a date for that. We actually, I think, had a couple of dates. We're going to work with Jessica Craig here at the high school. I think she's been out to get another date for pickup. We had 30 of those. I think we had 59 that were sold. 30 of those that were picked up, and then we want to get a date for pickup for the remainder of those. But they're welcome to call or to stop by. We can make sure they get what if they've already purchased, we can get it to
you or
tech department, or they can stop by, call the school.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get them connected with whoever they can talk to.
Okay,
So.
and it's just for seniors at this point. We are
Correct.
done with the public sale. Okay. Sorry.
And we did offer those at a discounted rate as well. So it's lower than what we're going to be getting back. We offered those for $50 a piece just to kind of help our seniors get a little bit of a head start and push into secondary education. So we're
really
looking at a return of about probably $80 to $85 per device with this company we're going with, which was significantly higher than
That is, yeah.
So.
That was good. I'm sorry, Dane.
No, I just want to thank you for helping me and my students the last couple of weeks.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you. You're awesome.
Glad to do it, yeah.
Even in the summer, you're busy.
Awesome. So, no other board questions? Thank you for looking into that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Okay, action items tonight, 25-151, resolution authorizing the superintendent to offer employment. Do we have any members of the public here to speak on this? No. Superintendent Lockwood, do you have a recommendation?
President Solano, I recommend the board approve with 1 motion and 1 vote the resolution authorizing the superintendent to offer employment from July 23rd, 2025 to August 12th, 2025.
Okay, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any board comments or questions? Again, we have a missing week in between the meetings, so this just allows for the smoother transition, especially with the beginning of school happening. Okay, we can have roll.
Mrs. Pinto? Aye. Mr. Delgado?
Aye.
Mrs. Dole?
Aye.
Dr. Hart?
Aye.
Mr. Griffin?
Aye.
Mr. Beck?
Aye.
Ms. Solano.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And no public comments at all? Okay, thank you. Mary Teachers Association.
If you're not aware, school starts in 2 weeks.
Right here.
And since Alan brought up Amazon, I'm going to just say thank you to everybody who has seen a teacher wish list posted on a social media site and sent things. We don't always know who those things are from because if you don't want to attach a note, it just arrives. But we are very thankful for it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Superintendent comments.
I just want to say I'm excited about the start of school. I've always been excited about the first few days of school and to see all the kids and the teachers come back into the classroom. I know everybody may not be excited as they're trying to get in the last few days of sunshine for the summer, but I do want to thank our teachers, especially this group and many other groups of teachers that have spent their summer coming in and preparing. Ryan, how many teachers did we have at U-Fly training today?
All K2.
All K2 teachers came into the buildings and did training for U-Fly, which goes along with our science of reading and teaching kids phonics. So we did training in that today. So we've had a lot of teachers that have dedicated time. I know the technology team set up a summer of learning, and they have a couple of days coming up next week where teachers are going to be able to come in. We're trying to start our own kind of professional development opportunities where we have teachers within our system that can highlight the things that they do well in the classroom, and our teachers can learn from one another. So we're going to do our first Marion Community Schools Summer of Learning, where we have some different options for teachers to choose to come into to get some professional development. We have our teacher onboarding next week for our new teachers that will be joining us. So we've got a lot of exciting things going on. Not only our teachers, but Jason brought up these guys being down in the technology office. I appreciate the collaboration with the technology team and our teachers and educators as well in helping us build this programming for our students. It takes a lot of people to get something like this off the ground, especially when you're talking about not only the instruction and the teaching and learning, but the technology and the support that goes behind that. So to Jason back there, because he's always everywhere I'm at, and Nick and Scott Hoeksma and Evan and the rest of the team, and Dennis, I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of people, but they are part of the heartbeat of what is making this work, and we appreciate their efforts. So just excited to see everybody come back and excited to see the work that we will continue to do.
Love it. Thank you. Board comments.
I'll just say I'm very excited about the possibility of Marion Community Schools becoming a STEM certified district. I know I'm very much a visual learner, and to have that when I was in school, I mean, who knows, maybe I would have ended up in STEM, but I obviously did not. But, I'm also excited about the start of school. I'm excited for what Marion Community Schools has to offer, and I'm excited for this school year. And, I know the teachers have put in a lot of work, so thank you to all the teachers for that. So.
Awesome.
I'd like to say something. I agree with what you said, what everyone has said. Very, very happy with the WASED program and your leadership in it. We know that it will make a dramatic difference in the future. It's already made a dramatic difference. But the thing that I especially want to comment on is what happens at Lincoln Field and what has happened in May and June and now July. And now we're in the tournament season. It'll end on Wednesday. At the beginning, at 5 o'clock, every day that there's a game, across the loudspeaker, we hear, please stand up and take your hat off and listen to the national anthem. The national anthem is played, and you see little kids, T-ballers, and you see big kids, and you see adults standing side by side quietly, respectfully, taking off their hats, putting it across their heart in many cases, and then of course at the end there's the clapping. But what a wonderful way to build a sense of community citizenship. I like to use the word patriotism. It's just something that is coming naturally to our young people, and I'm grateful for the people who lead the so tender towards good things. And I'm so glad that our leadership is helping them take a first step in becoming proud to be Americans. Thank you.
I too agree. I'm excited about the STEM program, all students, all disabilities, and all learners. I like that. And I like that the community is getting involved where you're going to be talking to the local business. I think that, they say it takes a village, but it takes a community. And so I'm glad that I hope we engage more of the community in participating with Marion Schools.
Love it.
I'll just kind of piggyback off what everybody said. I was blown away by what you guys displayed here today, so thank you guys for doing that. I truly believe that our STEM program here sets us apart within this community. I really, really do. It's imperative that we as a school board and we as a community continue to support the STEM programming as it pertains to anything that you guys need to move us forward. So in terms of the STEM nights, somebody had mentioned that. How do you know when those STEM nights are?
We have put them out on our Facebook pages, and our families get notified through all of our communications through school. We have also put them out, and I know this year Infinite Campus is going to have a chat feature that we are going to be able to connect with our families even quicker and in multiple ways, because it will connect to all of their devices and their ways of communication. So it will be all throughout that way for our families.
Perfect, thank you.
Love it. Thank you.
Will it be in the newspaper? Because everybody's not on Facebook.
We can take that 100% on Facebook. Yes.
Okay. Other comments?
Yeah, I'm just excited about the school year starting. It's nice to kind of have a little bit of calm at the end of the school year, but I know the teachers are excited, clearly.
Lots of energy.
But not just you guys, all of our teachers are excited to kind of get back in the classroom ultimately and be with their kiddos. I've said it 100 times. I feel like the huge majority of our staff, whether it's teachers or cafeteria workers or anything, are here for the mission field of being there for our kids, and ultimately that's why we get what we get out of our staff. We are here for you guys, so if there's stuff that you guys need across the district, feel free to reach out and we will do what we can. We are in some rough times in public schools right now, and I hate to bring the negative side as we're excited or whatever, but the reality is our public schools are kind of under attack right now, and we're going to have to band together and do everything we can to make it possible to continue to move our kids and advance them forward under very difficult times. So I'm excited. We've got the team to do it, and we've got the kids that are ready for it. So thank
Absolutely.
you.
Love it.
Did you make something during this meeting that you wanted to share? I'm sorry, but I wanted her to have a chance. I heard the machine, and I thought she had said she made something, so.
Yeah.
And that is what the 3D printer, right?
Yeah, so what we did is we just made a keychain for you guys that is we just made a keychain for you guys to have during the meetings, so you guys can have.
That was so great.
It was not exactly, it took about 4 hours.
Thank you.
I started it earlier before you started.
And I love this.
You know what? Maybe we need to have like an adult opportunity.
I know.
Maybe that's something we can think of.
You guys could have students make these could be sold at football games, basketball games.
Yeah, I've used them for a robotics fundraiser for our robotics team at Francis Slocum. We've had the kids design some, we designed some, and we sold them through at our league nights, and we sold them at our family nights as well.
And generically, this probably costs you what, less than a nickel?
Yes, because of the amount of because this is a 1 kilogram roll of filament, and I can do it. I can do it
A lot of times, yeah.
I just did enough for us to have tonight, but yes.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I have another comment, and I'm wondering, maybe along the lines of what you said about, or somebody said, could we make some of these things available to anybody, not just who's studying not who's registered, but invite widely as a way of giving people a feel for what's happening at Marion Community Schools, and there may be a way of attracting more people to come our way. There are a lot of people, I think, in the Marion School District who are hesitant about what district to send their kid to for whatever reason, or private schools. And they wonder, they don't really know a lot about what we're doing. And this could be something, if we had a public event, please, the whole community come, see, and do. And then, maybe the next school year, we would find that we would have an incrementally larger number of people who want to study here.
I agree, Doc, and I think this year is going to be, if I have anything to do with it, a year of celebrating our successes and the things that we're doing. After we got out of COVID, we were so stunned with everything. I hate even saying that word because sometimes it's a crutch that we lean on anymore. But we did kind of take a pause because we were trying to come up for air and the celebrations. And we're doing so many good things all the way from our preschool all the way through our high school. We've got incredible things happening, and we've got to get back to the letting the public know and see those things, because we see them because we're in the mix of it every single day. But whether it's billboards or little video clips and stuff, it sounds silly, but it's the TikTok videos, it's the Reels videos, that's where it is anymore, where you start to get the attention, you start to get people in other surrounding communities seeing that stuff and saying, man, they've really got some cool things going on I never even knew. Not to mention the stuff that we've already been doing, all the AP classes and the advanced placement stuff. I don't say this to brag, but my son just graduated, a month ago? He's a junior at Purdue now.
Yeah.
Okay? That kind of stuff people don't know in the community is going on. And that's not just because of him, that's across the board. We probably have dozens of kids that are in that, or at least a dozen in that boat. We have 30 some that have associate's degrees, or was it more than that? Anybody have any idea on those numbers? But we have several. Year after year, we have several, a huge group of our students that graduate from our community schools with an associate's degree already. But we know that, but we've got to start continuing to do better at getting that out there, and this is the year for that. We will do that. We will make a vow. We are going to celebrate the amazing things that we're doing and will continue to do to push the envelope. So.
Love it, love it. I do want to echo what everyone said about teachers and the staff and the sort of right in your face. It's amazing. But I spent the last couple months in high school gyms across the country, basketball and such. And you walk through the schools, and I think we are all putting in excellence in every way, and that includes facilities. I can't say enough good things about all of our facilities. As old as they are well cared for, and it is exceptional. So I really, our cafeteria workers, the people who are working through the summer to get our classrooms right, all the little things we're doing that really feel invisible. I think we are, on the road for excellence in absolutely every department, from teaching to our operations and everything. So big thanks to the people who are putting in tons of work over the summer to make all of that happen for us. So if there's no further business, this meeting was adjourned. The next scheduled meeting of the Board of School Trustees will be on August 12th, so school will be in session. Good luck. Happy first days. We'll be here at 6:30 right here in the boardroom. So thanks everyone. Oh, I gotta sign this stuff.